Stretch out the dreams from my mind. Granny's got the scoop, let's unwind. Birds are chirping, singing their tune. Mystery of the day coming soon. Cup of tea and a buttered scone. Start the day, we're never alone. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow. Windows open, smell the dew. Sky so wide, oh so blue. Granny's voice like honey sweet. Good news travels on our street. Time to jump into the fray. Cheers to another golden day. Granny's voice like honey sweet. Good news travels on our street. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow. Good morning, rise and shine. Granny's here with stories so fine. Good morning, off we go. To greet the world with a happy glow. To greet the world with a happy glow.
Of course, continues this morning into the deadly midair collision in Washington, D.C. We're also slowly learning more about some of the victims who happen to be on the airplane as well as the Black Hawk helicopter. And Gigi, it's so tough to cover this part of the story.
It is, and it's going to get tougher as we learn more and more. I mean, there were victims of all ages aboard the flight, aboard the helicopter. We're talking about children. We're talking about moms and dads. A dad waiting to walk his daughter down the aisle in 2 months. months. You can just imagine her heartbreak today. So many stories. Today, the recovery operation, though, continues. Specialized dive teams are working to recover over 24 more victims of the crash. So far, about 40 have been found. This is investigators from the NTSB and other federal agencies work to find out what happened. Take a look at this. The NTSB sharing these photos of one of the black boxes that was recovered from the American Airlines jet that crashed as it was about to land at Reagan National Airport. Investigators say they now have both the flight recorder data and the cockpit voice recorder from the commuter plane. The recorder's crucial to the investigation and what led to the crash between the commuter jet traveling from Wichita, Kansas, and the Army Black Hawk out on an evening training mission. And while no official list of the victims has been put out, many of their families are speaking out, and they're sharing stories of love and of loss. Take a look. 67 lives lost. And behind every one of them is a story of love. Here we see 23 of the victims whose family and friends have begun sharing their stories. I see 12-year-old Olivia. Yeah, she's a figure skater who dreamt of representing the United States in the Olympics. Her mom was also aboard. There's Wendy Jo Schaefer, who leaves a husband and 2 young boys, a 3- and 1-year-old. Civil rights attorney Kia Duggins, who was flying to Washington, D.C. in preparation for her new job as a law professor at Howard University. So many stories. And we're also learning more about the U.S. Army crew aboard the Black Hawk. There were 3 from Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and so far we've heard from the family of 2 of them. There you see Chief Warrant Officer 2, Andrew Eves of Mississippi. And we're going to see the crew chief also, but Eves' wife wrote, "We ask that you pray for our family and friends and for all the other families that are suffering today. We ask for peace while we grieve." And then there is Ryan O'Hara. There you see him with his baby boy, only 1 year old. Friends who served with him describe him as a standout soldier who everyone respected. They just say he was dedicated, disciplined, and committed. Again, he leaves behind his wife and that 1-year-old baby boy. And as the recovery mission continues, we'll be learning more about the victims. And again, you say 67. There's so many hundreds and hundreds of people more that are affected by this crash.
The graph that we put up with all of the pictures, I'm noticing the last name there. It looks like an entire family.
There was at least 2 sisters aboard that had been at the ice skating championships that led to that development camp for ice
And then
skating.
a husband and wife. And the husband and wife with the same last name.
Yes, the husband and wife, I believe, are from Russia. They are champion skaters. They had been in Wichita training their son, Maxim. And Maxim, we learned, took another flight. So he was
Earlier
not
flight
aboard.
that morning.
Yeah, he was not aboard the flight that killed his parents. So you can only imagine his heartache, you know. And then there's, of course, something that psychologists talk about a lot, survivor's guilt.
Survivor's guilt,
You know, he could have been on that flight with his parents, but as you were reading, he took another flight.
Yeah.
There's so many stories. There's so many
It's so
stories.
heartbreaking, Gigi. It's so tragic, and it seems it's just senseless. People are trying to make sense of this. This could have been prevented. Why? There's so many questions.
There are
Still
so many
unanswered.
questions, yeah. And that's why the NTSB, the FAA, other federal agencies all are looking into this. And a lot of the families, obviously, they're heartbroken, but they also want to know why.
Yeah.
Of course, we all do.
And it could take a while, though. That's the thing with these investigations. And people are so emotional that they want to immediately get an answer. And you might not be able to have an answer for
And
a
the
while.
NTSB is very detailed,
Yes.
very meticulous.
Yes.
They will recover all the parts that they can find. They often try to reconstruct the airplane or the helicopter in search for answers. And they today ask that people not speculate about what happened until they come out with what they say, facts. And we're actually expecting to hear from them later today.
Well, thank you. You've brought us a lot of great information.
Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at grannyscrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.